Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we're going to talk about Chainlink and look to see if we could theoretically push higher from where we currently are. If you guys like the content, please give the video a thumbs up. Also subscribe, help us get to 60,000 subscribers if you guys like the content, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Let's go ahead and jump in. So you guys know Chainlink is what I would consider to be king of the altcoins, right? And one of the things I've noticed is that anytime another altcoin pumps, everyone will say, oh, you're sleeping on such and such coin, whatever it may be. But then you look at Link and say, we don't care about small pumps that may occur in a few coins every 3, 4, 5 years, right? What we're here for is more of a consistent gain against Bitcoin, right? And we're not talking about playing in the sandbox games, right? We're not talking about practice. We're talking about the game. We're talking about orders of magnitude gain against Bitcoin. I mean, this is 7,500% against Bitcoin in the last 3 years. That is substantial. So I would say, if you hold Link and you're looking at these markets and wondering why it is not chasing higher, first of all, I would encourage you to remember that Link was less than $2 this year, okay, and it's $15. There are not that many coins that can say they're up from the bottom 7x, right? There's just not that many coins that can say it, and there's certainly not that many coins that can say they're up 7,500% against Bitcoin over the last 3 years. Now, Link is already up substantially. We had a bubble that took us to $20 in the summer. One bullish sign, in my opinion, for Chainlink, it's holding the 20-week moving average. You guys know we talk about the Bitcoin bull market support band, right? So if we pull that up, let's pull up this band here that we use in order to identify Bitcoin bull markets. You can see that if you go back over here, Bitcoin holds this band as support in a bull market. And if it's not holding it as support, it's the bad news bears for Bitcoin. Link tends to gain on Bitcoin regardless of what happens. But Bitcoin held this band a few months ago. And since then, Bitcoin has rallied, right? We said at this point that if Bitcoin holds it, market sentiment can change on a dime. Link, you can see, is also holding this band. The green line is the 21-week EMA. The red line is the 20-week SMA. You can see it was more like a handoff from holding the 21-week EMA to holding the 20-week SMA as support. So far, it has been holding it as support, and we're starting to move up. So this could be, if Bitcoin stays bullish and stays here, or slowly bleeds. A slow bleed is fine. But as long as Bitcoin does not kick the bucket anytime soon, or go on a massive continuation rally of its own and blast past the prior all-time high, if that doesn't happen, then I would anticipate a continued rally of Chainlink. This is not financial advice. This is just looking at historical data and recognizing what historically has happened for Link. You guys know we do a lot of custom charts on Link. Check out the Link playlist if you have not seen those. In this video, we are just simply looking at TradingView, which everyone can access, obviously. So take a look at it. You can see we are holding our bull market support band so far. And as far as I'm concerned, as long as Bitcoin either slowly bleeds or stays constant, I would anticipate the Link USD valuation continuing to rise and maybe even giving the prior global top of Link a run for its money near $20. Okay, we've looked at theoretical paths for Link to $100, and I'm not saying we're going to get there in the short term by any means, but getting to a $20 Link is not, it's, in terms of the grand market cycle, getting to a $20 Link would not be that substantial at this point. Given the trends that we've looked at with Link in the past, given that it tends to just continue to gain against Bitcoin, whether Bitcoin's in a bull market or a bear market, we don't know how Link will behave in a bull market because we just haven't experienced it yet. Every time in the past, after Link had one of these major moves, it also corresponded to Bitcoin breaking back down below the 20-week. This is the first time it hasn't happened, and you can see that because it hasn't happened, it seems like Link is holding the bull market band, its own bull market band, as support. Okay, so business as usual for Link. I would anticipate, as long as Bitcoin holds this level or even slowly bleeds, I would anticipate Link continuing to rally from here. Not that it's financial advice. You can see that we've had these moves before where we fall below the 20-week SMA. We've done it by 23% there. We did it by about 30% here. We've had other moves down 20% or so. This one was also down by about 25%. And in the short term, you can see there has been a turnaround. And so we're going to keep an eye on this and see if we really have a momentum shift here in the Link Bitcoin valuation as well. Because this is what we ultimately want to see. We want to see Link continue to gain against Bitcoin, right? If you look at the Link Ether valuation, it's a very, it looks really strong over the long term. Yes, there are times we fall below this bull market support band. Sometimes we've fallen well below it during the bear market. However, for the most part, we've been above it, and that's actually quite remarkable. In the short term, we have fallen below it. And you can see this is a nice little indication of what Link is doing against Ethereum. Yes, Link is gaining against USD. Yes, Link is gaining against Bitcoin in the short term. However, Link is not gaining against Ether. Why could this be important? Well, we know that Ether is rallying. It's at $600. So one might consider, if you were to take profits, not that it's financial advice, but if you were to take profits at Ether at some point, and I'm not saying that you should take profits right now in Ether, I'm not saying anything about that, but I'm just saying if you were to take profits at Ether, be it at 600, 700, 800, wherever it may be, and you were wanting something to put it into besides fiat or stable coins, you could consider Link, because it has not turned around yet. The downside, of course, is trying to catch a falling knife, right? We don't know how low this can go. And this will likely continue to go lower, obviously, if Ethereum continues to rally and Link hasn't started its own move. So don't underestimate the fact that if you buy here and you don't think that it has to immediately turn around, but we also recognize that, Link has had a move against USD already, right? A momentum shift here against USD. So far, we have had one against short term against Bitcoin, right? It's not clear if this is going to hold. It will depend on future Bitcoin volatility. So we've had one against Bitcoin. We have not had one against Ether yet, right? We have not had one against Ether yet. And as long as Ether remains this bullish and Link does not start moving, then of course, just simple math would tell you that this ratio could bleed even further. But the point again is, if you had a high risk tolerance and you were just trying to ride these momentum shifts of the market, if you follow the channel, we were mainly focusing on buying Bitcoin when it was testing the 20-week moving average. Then when it got above a certain risk level, if you're on the premium list, we switched gears to Ethereum. So if you're on the premium list, we were focused on mostly accumulating Ethereum the last month or month and a half or so. Now that Ethereum's making a move, there could come a time where you might consider taking it out to stablecoins, or if you wanted to speculate on altcoins, there's plenty of altcoins you could speculate on. Not just Chainlink, there's other altcoins that exist, but Link is certainly one to keep an eye on as it's bleeding against Ether. So this means that if you have a portfolio like me that's consisting of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Link, ADA, and Polkadot, these 5 major coins that I own, you can try to play these momentum shifts off each other to try to catch each move and make the most out of each move, right? And so this is why if you're looking at buying Link, you say, well, does it make sense to buy it with USD? Maybe not as much because it's rallied against USD pretty substantial. From the bottom of the wick, it's rallied over 100%, right? We know it went all the way down to around $7 to $8. Now we're over 15. Does it make sense to buy it with Bitcoin? You could argue that there could be some indication there. As I've showed on the channel, Link is in theoretical reaccumulation against Bitcoin, but based on the Link Bitcoin risk metric that we talk about a lot. What about Ether, right? Falling knife at this point. I don't know where it's going to turn around, and I'm certainly not. I do own more Ether than Link. I'm not going to give you guys the impression that I own more Link than Ether, because it's just simply not true. I own more Bitcoin than Ethereum. I own more Ethereum than Chainlink, but Link is my number 3. So I do own less Link than Ethereum. But if I do, if I do take profits from Ether at some point, then it could go into Link, but it will depend on where Link is at the time. So If you guys want to follow the premium list, I would encourage you to check out the Black Friday sale at, the website's intothecryptoverse.com, but if you actually want the Black Friday sale, you need to check out the link in the description below. Well, we certainly will keep an eye on this Link Ether valuation, and certainly keep an eye on Ether USD, which also depends on strongly the Ether Bitcoin valuation, which we also recently made a video about. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the content. If you guys like the content, remember to subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up. Also, turn your alerts on so you get notified of future videos, and remember to check out the Black Friday sale. If you want access to the premium list, you can lock in a lower rate perpetually as long as you don't cancel. You'll get access to the Telegram alerts channel, the private Telegram chat room, the risk dashboard, the weekly premium videos, the weekly premium reports, the trading view indicators, the dynamic DCA selling dashboard. You get access to a whole lot of stuff. I would encourage you to check it out if you've been waiting to join. The whole purpose is to look at these fundamental shifts in the market, mainly between Bitcoin, Ethereum, Link, and ADA. These are the main ones that we focus on. And then of course there is Polkadot, which is more of like a more of a punt, right? Just it's the new kid on the block. It seems like it has a lot of upside potential. Has not gone through a bull market at all before, and so I find, historically speaking, in my opinion, it works out pretty well to pick up one of these, what I would consider to be a pretty interesting project. Pick it up early on and let it ride for the duration of the market cycle and see where it takes you. So that'll wrap it up for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.